buenas. Pues volvemos aquí a Mass Effect, aquí con nuestro amigo el Rooney, la carica, hace ver después de echar unas cuantas cañas. Y bueno, y aquí estamos en el nexus, ¿vale? Es el centro donde se aglutina todas las arcas y todo. Acabamos de llegar, estaba todo hecho un cisco, que habían hecho un motín. Hemos puesto la nave nuestra, el Hyperion, y ahora pues hay luz. Y ahora vamos aquí en habilidades y nos dice que nos falta Cora por subir. Cora es una biótica, ¿vale? Esto es una soldado con poderes bióticos, ¿vale? Tiene... Este Raider no, habilidades, Cora. Entonces tiene entrenamiento de defensa, 20 de escudos máximos, sí, así no mueran tanto. Comando aéreo, daño de escopeta, fuerza de escopeta. Pues hombre, no nos va a venir mal. Sí, venga. Diario, ¿qué tenemos? En reunión con el Nexus, tenemos. Habla con el director tal, la sede de los pioneros. Son las prioritarias. Tareas adicionales. Conoce el Nexus, habla con Tan, con Kes, con Candros y Addison. Recordemos, Tan es el jefe. Kes es el director técnico de la estación. O sea, el de mantenimiento, ingeniero. Candros, que es el turiano de la milicia. Y Addison, la tía borde que lleva lo de las colonias, cuando colonicemos, claro. Entonces vamos a hablar con cada uno de ellos. Addison está aquí. Ya, bueno, pasé ya el juego, pues ya me sé ya dónde está cada uno. Joder,
sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now I just want to know what happened with Alec.
I don't want to get into it. Things went wrong. And now I'm the one who has to deal with it.
Alec Ryder wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum. Damned if I will. We'd never have left home if we... Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me, left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
Vamos a darle toda la conversación.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens.
Qué contento está este Rooney. Ay, cuando pillemos la cantina por ahí. Cervezas van a caer.
They don't attack. They disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know.
No, se los quede así ya quién es ya.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
Sobre la tecnología extraña.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different.
Y aquí recordar que te puedes liar con la gente, ¿eh? Que aquí no hay moralidad ni orientación sexual ni todo eso. O sea, aquí sobre todo con personajes principales. Normalmente son de tu tripulación y alguno por ahí externo también. Pero bueno, que aquí no hay miramientos por orientación sexual, ¿eh?
We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
Aquí en resumidas cuentas la tía está amargada porque no hace su trabajo como Dios manda. Uno puede colonizar planetas y está amargada, vaya. Y te echa a ti toda la mierda porque sí.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative,
Hombre, sí,
we might
acabo
as
de
well
llegar
be
y me estás
600
echando
years dead.
mierda.
Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up
Encima va a
against.
tener la culpa mi
Why
padre.
people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you.
Madre.
Prove me wrong.
Vaya bordecica, espero que no tengas novio, ni marido, ni nada, porque tela marinera para aguantarte. De aquí, creo recordar que estaba... ¿Qué es? Que es la nieta del Croan que hemos descubierto. Para la tripulación. Otro día la misma mierda. Vaya por eso. Qué grande.
Yes, I know the Hyperion. There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Paradero de los
I
Croan.
noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Que si os acordáis, os habían dicho que los habían echado después del motín. Porque han discutido con el director Tam.
He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative.
Ah, amigo,
I like to
el
remind
8.
him of that now.
Es un...
Keep him humble.
Joder, pues me sigue palmo gente con lo de la miasma. Problemas en el Nexus.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situations gone to
Quiero recordar que es muy importante hablar con los personajes, ¿eh? O sea, aquí... Recordar que Andromeda es un juego metódico, que tienes que explorar mucho, tienes que hablar mucho y tienes que ir con cuidado haciendo las cosas. No solo es pegar tiros. Si queréis tiros y algo, un Call of Duty. Esto es Andromeda. Y tienes que explorar y tener mucha paciencia. Porque muchas veces vas a ser un recadero en toda regla. Pero es divertido y la historia yo creo que merece la pena.
And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill.
O sea, que estás sin recambios y sin nada, colega. La genofagia. Quiero recordar que era la enfermedad que tenían los Crown para reproducirse.
Right. The genophage.
Los salarianos. Lo contaban antes de Andromeda.
That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only
Uno de cada 1000.
No wonder people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to resolve.
Tengo que responder, pero...
It's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
De la cura, hombre,
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
Ya que es una
There's
chica,
no cure for it.
pues
But my
hay que
clan was
preguntar.
starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we have.
Hombre, ya
Beyond all
4
the
de cada
statistics,
100
it means
ya...
more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Tu
What kind of
trabajo,
work
¿qué
do you do
haces
as
aquí?
superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Bueno,
Nothing more for
ya
now.
te he dado
Try
suficiente la
not to die
chapa.
out there.
Procura morir. No morir ahí fuera. Oigo mensajitos. Está la oficina de este y Candros, que es el jefe de la milicia. Está aquí, ¿vale? Candros.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Hombre, sí,
Something like that?
tú no vas a ser
You
menos.
get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, nexus security, and looking for the Tyrian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive.
Joder, pues eso es
If you
noticia.
need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
El caso es ser
Andrew's
bueno.
family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor, and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my
duro.
adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed
Un
the
Rambo
bastards
tenemos
and headed
aquí.
back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Bienestar turiano.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Es que
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you could spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal.
¿Ves? Ya
See if
te he
there's
dado
anything
también
we
a
can
ti
do
la
for shot
chapa.
where it counts.
Bye, Kendros.
Adiós.
Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
This is wrong. Just wrong. It's not right. It's not fair.
Justo. Turiana
What's wrong?
desconsolada. ¿Qué
Oh my,
pasa?
you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile
¿Cómo
for
que
a
no
crime he
cometió?
didn't commit.
¿Cuál es el delito?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have.
Bueno,
There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is
bueno,
Milton
eso habrá que
Francis.
averiguarlo, eso del
He could give you
accidente.
the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Nuestro
Oh, thank
oficial
you.
Rooney.
I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Milken I love him.
Misiones de equipo de asalto.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrann Candres for authorization to participate.
Bueno. Otra vez hablar con este. Después.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
What situations should they
Un
handle?
grupo de asalto.
Protecting civilian outposts, holding key positions, or just distracting the kit. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Son estos de aquí. Aquí. Esta turista asignan un equipo de asalto. Ah, vale, estos son de anteriores personajes que tenía. Y bueno, os explico. Las misiones de Apes, que son las que tienen este triangulito, son como especiales, ¿vale? Y va por orden de dificultad, pues en bronce son fáciles, plata pues son medio y oro son muy chungas. Son muy chungas. Entonces, si tú pones en un equipo de asalto una misión muy fácil, será, pues, en principio, pues más fácil de que se haga y tal. Yo en principio voy a hacer las de bronce, porque enviar un equipo de asalto. Puedes jugarla multijugador, modo multijugador. Si no lo habéis probado, está muy, muy, muy bien, Yo lo recomiendo. Y según el nivel del equipo, según los rasgos positivos que te dan al hacer misiones, y también te da rasgos negativos si fracasas en las misiones. Por eso no es recomendable meter muchas muy difíciles, porque te pone muchos rasgos negativos. Y por ejemplo, pasta, pues cualquiera que ponga, pues sea 94%. Enviar un equipo de asalto, este mismo. Venga, manda alguna plata, venga. Este. Aquí. Esta misma. Esta de aquí. Vale, pues te dice el tiempo que le queda a cada misión: 1 hora y cuarto, 1 hora 06, 3:53. Y estos son recompensas que tenía anteriormente, que las voy a coger de anteriores misiones de asalto del anterior personaje que me hice. Y estos solo son necesarios, o sea, solo es válido para una partida de la campaña, ¿vale? Esto va al multijugador, aunque tú juegues en el multijugador, no te va. Ok, bien, los créditos. Créditos y el objeto. Oh, y qué grande que me toque esto ahora. Vale. Ahí creo recordar. Comerciante de armas. Que ahí estaba en la prisión. Creo que este es el personaje.
Help you.
Pathfinder Rider, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story.
Este se pone el polimalo.
There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
Last I checked, getting into a spat wasn't against the law.
There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement. Thought it was the cat, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Bueno, le digo las pruebas. ¿Qué ha pasado? Hacemos aquí CSI.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
¿Qué tienes ya que estamos aquí?
I got you covered. Use the console to take a look through what I got. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
You got it. Shop till you drop. Here I come.
That's fine. Hey, wait. Please don't drop anything you bought from me, okay? Tam would have my head if anything happened to you on my account.
Bueno, vendemos chatarra. Pues sí, vendemos la chatarra que habíamos cogido en la cuenta. Tenemos 1200 créditos. Objetos del comerciante. Una escopeta, tenemos aquí. Un Falcon, que es un fusil de asalto que tira como un mortero. Es un fusil mortero. Dispara como granadas. Bien, es un lanzagranadas. Lando cuchilla, que es el cuerpo a cuerpo. Tenemos otra escopeta, una katana. Un franco, que antes nos ha salido un franco por ahí, que era... Lo tenemos aquí. Un Widow. Bueno, tiene cadencia una bala, pero bueno, para ir empezando yo creo que vamos bien. Pues no tiene nada el colega. Bueno, sabemos lo que tiene. Habla con Kandros. Venga, otra vez. Tiki, tiki, tiki. Somos los recaderos de la galaxia. Venga.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilk and Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
So there was a trial, and he was found guilty?
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
Parece que hay que investigarlo porque esto que fue breve, que no sé qué, o intentan encubrir algo o el otro miente.
Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
La grabación creo que era aquí. Creo que era aquí. Oh, una escopeta. Coño, aquí un día. Vamos a explorar esto de aquí ya que estamos.
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable. You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick. My colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Here it's in the life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math.
Not that we've had much to study.
Cerebrito.
Cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Jefe Luca.
Want to hit some rocks for science?
Hombre, nada me apetecería más que buscar piedras.
What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Hala. Bla, 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 bla. Venga, minerales. Toda la niña.
We've had some trouble.
Pues hala, buscar rocas también.
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people.
Vaya por Dios, aquí. Te hija mía, hombre.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog,
o sea, este quiere biológicos. ¿Quiere plantas o animales? ¿Qué quiere? Fauna, vale. Esto que cuando vamos a un planeta veamos un animal, esto, escanear. Está aquí lo de la grabación.
The Nexus versus colonist Milken, evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! If she's a compound, call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Milken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
¿Están pegando?
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Bueno, para que se estaban pegando. Ahí este creo que está aquí arriba, está testigo.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna go. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Vale, pues.
I appreciate the information.
Nos tenía que decir.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Ah, nadie se
Jan wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Bueno, vamos a hablar con el jefecito. Bueno, el 8. Era el 8 en...
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to
Ahora
livable.
poniéndola al día.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into.
Sí que la mía no alguien la ha
They're
producido.
obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them.
Interesante.
It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Mejor
The way
conmigo
I see it,
anda.
you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, Casey, me and Sam load on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Bueno, que había que hablar más con este tío.
Ryder,
Oh, subida de
you
nivel.
may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find them.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
Algo se hace encontrar limpio.
I'm looking into the Nilkenrensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly,
Te la
I would say
charlotada
we're
con
more than up
este.
for the challenge.
Bla, bla, bla.
Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up.
Putada, 600 años de viajecito
She never saw her vision.
Y te mueres ahí en la cápsula.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Joder, sí que se enrolla el tío este. A darle porque es importante las conversaciones. Es un rollo, pero hay que hacerlo. Allí en Carson era la jefa inicial del programa.
But she persevered, and as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness, finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them.
Bueno, para planetitas de los que hemos
we can't facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a
el colega a los Krogan, antipatía total,
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages the affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life, traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So,
gestión de ingresos es un contable, ¿no? Sí.
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry. Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No,
anda, porque
but
no sé
that is
por
the
dónde
distressing
empezar.
part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
¿Sabes? Una por cada raza. Una humana, una salariana, una turiana y una asari.
We got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Veía de un planeta.
What do I need to consider in making the planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Vaya colega, que me has metido una chapa. Vaya brasa que me has metido. Puf. Pero es que hay que hacerlo. Hay que hacerlo y ya está. A ver, hemos subido de nivel. ¿Vale? Tenemos combate. 3 puntos. Este que da. Espera, a ver, otro prioritario. Actitud para el combate. 3% de salud. 3% de escudo. Poder de combate. Francotirador. Hemos pillado un rifle francotirador. ¿Qué más tenemos aquí? 3% de salud. Biótica. Onda de choque. Golpe. Tecnología. Lanzallamas. Lanzallamas, incineración. Proyectil, tecnología de ataque. Tecnológicos. Escopeta franco. Combate. Pone lanzallamas. Aquí a freír. Mamá, qué guapo. Mira. Confirmar, sí. A ver, a Cora. A ver, Cora, guapa, que te podemos subir a ti. Entrenamiento de defensa, 20% de salud máxima. Pues hombre, no está de más. A ver. Lean, que eres Warwick, que eres Lenny Cavis, no sabemos qué eres todavía. Instrucción militar. Señor, poderes, fuerza de poderes. 20% de salud máxima. Para que no tengamos que revivirlos todo el rato. Vamos a ir guardando. Algo más por aquí que hacer. ¡Ey! ¿Qué ha pasado aquí, coleguita?
I'm fine. My arms got the better. Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. but not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
Venga, un run y sirviente. Venga, que si no me voy a la cantina, me echo ahí cervezas y no...
Just send me the data when you're done. No, I'm fine. And I don't...
Investiga la sede del pionero.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Operaciones. Vale. Está aquí abajo.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Vaya cisco, ¿eh?
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Me estoy liando, tío. Ah, coño. Aquí, es que ya.
It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were... done by Zara.
Atacar a la saboteadora.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
A ver, Lianta, que nos estás aquí.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patel's. A third party seems likely.
Looks like someone is using both you
Vale,
and
son tomar
Raj
el
to cover
pelo
their
por aquí.
tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had
Bueno,
proof
y esta es
pointing
la
at
zona
you.
residencial.
I figure someone's been
Aquí
messing
está
with you
Sam.
both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk.
Hello, Ryder. Welcome back to Sam mode.
Que nos quería hablar
Adjusted my connection
antes.
to your implant. The headache you experienced before should reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control.
Un Rooney computadora.
It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
But the human's still in charge, right?
Of course. I was never intended to supplant the Pathfinder, only to support and enhance your abilities.
Good to hear. So what's the plan?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed.
Toda sesión de rollos.
Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless
Venga,
you have
Sam.
questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Bueno, y estos son los perfiles, ¿vale? Si tú, por ejemplo, le pones un perfil, puntos de combate puros, te queda un soldado puro, ¿vale? Ingeniero, que si, sobre todo, que lo puedes obtener si le metes puntos a, pues a tecnología, lo que hemos puesto antes de lanzallamas, los robots, torretas y todo eso. Adepto, pues esto es sobre todo para potenciar. Ahí va, que le he dado sin querer perfiles. Vale, adepto. Pues para poner sobre todo poderes bióticos, ¿vale? Si tú vas Un biótico puro, por ejemplo, te beneficiará, ¿no? Por ejemplo, veis bonificación de rango, fuerza biótico, del área, duración y tal. Centinela, que es como mitad tecnológico, mitad biótico. Pues tengo pues poderes tecnológicos y tal lo utilizo biótico. Pues oye, te puede interesar, ¿no? Vanguardia, que es mitad soldado, mitad biótico. Todos vemos que tiene mucho daño cuerpo a cuerpo, velocidad de carga biótico, menos escudo de poderes y ataque cuerpo a cuerpo, recuperan los escudos de evasión y salto. Bueno, esto es más para ir cuerpo a cuerpo, pero yo ir todo el rato al cuerpo a cuerpo no lo acabo de ver, no lo acabo de ver. Este infiltrado, mitad tecnológico, mitad soldado, precisión de armas, estabilidad de armas, velocidad de recarga tecnológico, está bien. Bueno, evasión y ocultación, explorador, y este es el que es un tercio de cada, soldado, tecnológico, biótico, ¿no? Pone 5%. Bueno, no está mal. Soldado, daño, precisión de armas, resistencia, concede una bonificación de daño. O sea que es como que tiene una rabia o algo para que te da una bonificación. Por el momento solo podemos ser soldado. Luego si más adelante nos conviene meternos y cambiarlo, pues lo cambiamos. Bueno, ya hablaremos contigo. Y aquí está la habitación de nuestro padre, Dale Raider. ¿Vale?
Explains Dad's interest. They were pathfinders too.
Y creo que podía coger una pistola. Y este iluminador de aquí es un activador de recuerdos, ¿vale? Cuando acumules cacharros de estos, Sam los podrá reproducir, ¿vale? Al igual que aquí, los diarios personales de... Pero están encriptados. Que conforme vayamos avanzando en la historia iremos avanzando. No meto más chapa porque ya sucesivos capítulos ya iremos avanzando en esto. En el café, arma corta, y creo que hemos abierto un recuerdo, que es interesante para saber toda la historia.
I can now recall specific memories which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day.
Bueno, así ya para dejarnos ya una cosa, porque esto no para.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
Ahora atiendo sobre la IA, sobre Sam. Porque siempre la moralidad humana está el tema como en Terminator con Skynet. Pues tienen miedo de que sea otro Skynet y cosas así.
My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
He told me to appreciate the time I have left.
Oh.
There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Vaya por Dios.
Not on my watch.
Así que mamá está terminal.
Wow. Hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
It's how Dad was wired. He didn't like to lose, in any situation.
It would seem that included me.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
Bueno, no está mi hermana.
Do you know anything more about Sarah's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing her with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
What more can you tell me about my implant?
Bueno, están sermoneando todo el mundo, pero hay que hacerlo, hay que hacerlo.
While in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
He removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything.
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
Me more than you. I take it you're based here in Samnode?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
What are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How'd my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
Otro Sam?
So there are other Sams out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure. I am the most advanced Sam in the initiative.
What did you mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
Ya está bien.
That's all for now.
Of course.
No encontré nada. Vamos por aquí. La fauna, los minerales, los canales. De otro lado. A investigar sobre seguridad. Venga. Las grabaciones.
This file is useless. Let's check another.
Vaya por Dios.
And another scrambled file.
Qué casualidad.
Seems unlikely.
Let's check another. This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Bueno, vamos aquí.
Prayer requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Biometrics do not match.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Biometrics do not match.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete. Debarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please.
Biometrics do not match.
¿Qué estás haciendo ahí, coleguita?
Show a partial positive. Target.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days?
Que soy un Rooney, mírame a la cara.
Arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
Nada.
Whatever
He
happened
cumplido
back
la
then,
ley.
hurting people now makes no sense.
What do you know? I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people. Killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
Not my call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision? That'll be the day.
Vale, pues misión completada. 530 experiencia, que nos viene la mar de bien. Diario. Ve a tu nave. Búscate a los de SAP. Tendremos que ir al planeta. Bueno, pues venga. Vamos a la nave. Vamos a guardar también. De vez en cuando, no viene de más. Sección criogénica. Aquí no hemos estado. Vamos a... Y echar un vistazo. Está la zona de operaciones, la zona residencial. Nos falta lo de la nave. Está aquí. Ya que estamos, le echamos un vistazo. Mira, una misioncilla. A ver si... Los hexágonos verdes son misiones secundarias, ¿vale?
I'll make it right, Dash.
Nigel McCoy.
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the nexus.
Ahí eso es donde nos han mandado a nosotros. Vaya, ha muerto. Vaya sentimiento.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were going to start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Vale, dejaron colgante.
Fisher, glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? Captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the kid. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
I'm sure there are decent aliens here in Andromeda too. We just have to find them.
Well, I heard you're Pathfinder now. The sooner you figure out where they're hiding, the better.
Will do. Chin up.
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yeah, but still, we lost a Pathfinder on my watch. Doesn't sit right.
My dad knew the danger. Part of the job.
Now I just need to make sure your sister here pulls through.
How's Sarah doing?
Her condition's stable. I see signs of REM activity in the brain, so she's dreaming. Means all the wiring still works.
How'd this happen?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the Scourge at the worst possible moment, just as the stasis revival was kicking in. It's a vulnerable moment coming out of a 600-year nap, then wham!
Es verdad, 600 años de siesta para que te quedes así.
Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another rider.
Are you staying here on the Hyperion?
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old? Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it happens. For me, it was Habitat 7. Watching you guys running around, dodging lightning and the cat, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by.
We'll miss you, Harry.
Just make sure to raise some hell once in a while, will you? I'm living vicariously through you.
Deal. How did you end up with the initiative?
Estamos, vamos con él.
At your point in life where you wonder, is that all there is? I'd accomplished everything in the Milky Way I could. I was locked into a future of diminishing returns. So coming here was the world's biggest midlife crisis. A chance to wake up in the morning and feel hope instead of arthritis.
Sentía esperanza en vez de artritis.
That's all, Harry.
Don't be a stranger. If anything changes with Sarah, I'll let you know.
Ryder.
Hayes, how's the wound?
Doc says I'll live. So this goes from a life-threatening gunshot to a story I'll tell my grandkids someday.
With no need to exaggerate. That was a tough fight on Habitat 7.
Estamos presentando aquí a los coleguitas. Ahí va también en Habitat 7 con nosotros. Vale, pues venga, vamos a por la nave. Llevamos mucha cháchara aquí. Mira Cora, que está ahí.
See what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
Final checks looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style. They call her the Tempest.
Oh, nuestra nave, la Tempest. Joder, la musiquita, Mira, mira, cómo pilota el amigo.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
Ahora sí.
Yeah. Let's go see the rest of Helios.
Le metemos mano a la turiana.
Hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Is something wrong?
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah.
Como la soborna, mira.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
Está cargando. Tiki tiki ti. Estamos en la nave.
Everything state of the art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear.
Oh, la médica.
Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Ah, glad to see you looking well.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey.
Gil Brody, ingeniero mecánico.
We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer.
Suvi,
your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
It's really gonna be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Bueno, pues aquí lo vamos a dejar y seguiremos en el siguiente capítulo, chavalería. Venga, estamos, chavales.